FOMO.
My name is Patrick J. McGinnis, and I'm a FOMO Sapiens. And since you're here, I'm going to bet that you are too. And when you're like us and Monday comes around, you don't dread the new week. No, you wake up every Monday morning knowing that this week might just be the best one yet. This is FOMOnday, the snackable show that starts your week right with hot takes, life hacks, listener mail, and even some FOMO therapy. Hey everybody, it's FOMOnday, best day of the week, and this is a snackable companion to FOMO Sapiens podcast, which of course will be back on Thursday with a brand new episode. Happy FOMOnday. I'm your host, Patrick McGinnis, a venture capitalist by day, author and podcaster by night, and FOMO Sapiens 24/7. And I want to get into something very exciting today, something that I'm excited about, and I hope you will be too, which is my brand new Patreon, which I'll be explaining to you. In case you don't know what it is, I will tell you all about it. And if you do know what it is a little bit, or you've seen them before, then I will also tell you all about it. But before I do that, I do want to tell you one thing that I kind of found interesting and I was thinking about this week, which is haha or ha versus LOL. Because, you know, we text a lot, right? And we Instagram message a lot, and I message with you guys, you message with me, we message with each other, we all message with our friends and families. And I got to tell you what, I am retiring the LOL, LOL, or LOLs, LOLZ. I'm done with those because I just don't think an adult should be writing LOL or LOLs. I just don't think it's dignified. And so here's why I suggest a different direction to go. I was walking around, I just looked back at my text messages with my friend Michael Wolf, and I was with him on August 1st of this year, and we had this conversation. I was like, Michael, you're a man of the world. You have smart ideas. What do you think we should use besides LOL? Because frankly, I just don't like using LOL. It just doesn't feel right to me. And he said, I don't know. And I said, you know, I think I want to use ha going forward, just ha. And he said, well, you speak Spanish. Why don't you write haha, J-A, which I could do, haha. But I do both of those actually. But I am going with ha from now on. And then funny enough, 2 days later, Michael sent me an article from the New York Times. And the title of the article was the best way to respond to text messages. And then the subtitle sort of after that said, the quote, ha ha tap back stands alone. It's no exaggeration to say it has saved many of my friendships. I don't know. That seems a little extreme, but I'm going to just go with ha. And I'm going to tell you why I'm doing that. Because again, as I said, LOL, I don't know, we're adults here. It just feels a little weird. Ha is a way to, you're sort of reacting to the person. You're letting them know that you know that they sent you something, that you're saying, that's nice. But at the same time, it is somewhat more dignified. So go ahead and give it a try. Try out ha. Let me know what you think. If you text me or you message me, I'm going to ha you. I might also ya you. I'm now using ya instead of yes or yeah. So ha and ya, they're quick, they're elegant. And I don't know, I feel like I text all the time. And so I need quick shorthand. And so that's what I'm going with. No scientific evidence, but I just want to see if other people try it and let me know what you think. Or if you've tried it, let me know what you think. I'd be curious how it goes for you. And now on to Patreon. So have you heard of Patreon? Well, if you haven't, basically what it is a subscription-based platform for creators. It's kind of like, you've heard of OnlyFans, maybe. It's like an OnlyFans, but very, 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 very not naughty. And it is an opportunity for creators like me to create communities to be able to offer people like you more. And so I was thinking this year, okay, we've done this podcast for a while. We have all these ideas, all these things, and, I could just throw them onto Instagram. But, frankly, first of all, that's not sustainable. I have to make a living too. And second of all is I want to be able to invest more in what we're doing. And so what happens with Patreon is you subscribe, and we're going to have different tiers, and I'll get into that later, but you subscribe, and then I deliver to you exciting content that's exclusive, that's just for you. Everybody else who doesn't have this Patreon will have FOMO. And so that's why I decided to do this. My idea was, I was thinking, I want to engage more directly with this community. I want to have more feedback from you. I just want to be able to give you things that are valuable to you and learn from you more. And so that is the idea, to create this community just for us FOMO Sapiens. And here is what is going to happen. We're going to start out, it's going to be sort of monthly themes, but we're going to start out and you're going to be able to get a little bit of a closer look at who I am and be able to interact with me more. I'm going to tell you sort of my story, what I've learned from it, how I sort of dealt with struggles of life and was able to become, I guess, more successful based on what I learned. It's going to be the story, the real journey, the evolution, how I've gotten to where I am today. And then from that, that once we get kind of past that and you kind of get to know me a little better, we're going to get deeply into how you can improve in business and entrepreneurship, investing, how you can build your network, all these things that make FOMO Sapiens more successful. FOMO. Now, it's not just going to be about success all the time, right? Because life is not a straight line up and to the right. We all know that. For those of you who've been listening for a while, we've had lots of people on the show talking about failure and resilience and post-traumatic growth and how we can leverage our failures back into learnings. I hate the word learning, so I'll say that again, back into lessons learned that we can turn into success. I don't like learnings because it sounds like we're all working at some consulting firm and that's just in our presentation to people. So I reject that word, even though I just used it. And also, we're going to figure out how we can build community. So many of the people we talk to on FOMO Sapiens, these are people who have figured out how to leverage their networks for success. I think about in my own life, how much of the stuff that I've been able to do comes from being able to call the right person or figure out the path to the person who can be helpful. Think about just the guests that we have on the show. More so now, we're in a place where we have people that come to us and ask to come on the show, and I'm always very thankful and excited. But in the early days, that entire first season and the second season, they were just people who were in my network or adjacent to my network that I kind of reached out to, and I had a pitch and I knew how to sort of, I guess, get them excited about coming on the show. And then they came on, and that was the beginning of building FOMO Sapiens. And so we're going to spend some time talking about that as well. Now, why should you join? First of all, you're going to be part of a group of like-minded FOMO Sapiens, people like us who don't do things the normal way, that take another path, that try to find a more interesting way to live a life where you can have lots of success, but also you're just not bored. We're going to find those people, bring them together, and we're going to connect together. And there's this great expression in Spanish, right? It's basically, it goes, Dios los crea y se juntan. And what that means in English is God creates them and then they find each other and get together. That's the whole point of the Patreon, is basically que nosotros, like I'm not going to say in Spanish, but basically we get together. God makes us and then we all find each other and we help each other out and we share ideas, and you share with me and I share with you in a place where we can all hang out together. Number 2, you will have your questions answered. I know you have questions, and some of you reach out, by the way, and I appreciate that, on Instagram or on email, but this is going to be a place where we're going to be able to have a much deeper conversation. I'm going to spend time thinking deeply about the questions you have and answering them. Also, we will be providing some ad-free podcast episodes, about one a month, with some bonus content. And that's going to be what we call the Explorer tier. Now, this is our first tier. We are launching some future tiers. We're going to have a tier called Venturer and another called Conqueror, unless we change the names, because this is a startup. We may change them, although hopefully we will not. But in those future tiers, which you will be able to access if you decide you want to upgrade, we're going to get even deeper with lots of fun stuff. And I don't want to reveal all the secrets right now, but let me tell you something. We have some really cool stuff planned. So go check it out. Go to patreon.com/FOMO Sapiens. That's patreon.com/FOMO Sapiens. And for $10 a month, if you join as an explorer, you will get a 60-minute live chat. You'll get downloadables, you'll get ad-free content, you'll get special discounts, for example, my Himalaya audio course, and much, much more, including things like special features of the month. We're going to be delivering a lot of stuff to you. We've been working really hard on it, me and my whole team. And I'm really looking forward to see what you think. And the great thing, by the way, about Patreon is you can give feedback. If you want something special, or if you have an idea, if you say, you know what, Patrick, this part, not so much, we will be listening to you and learning. And like anything else, this is entrepreneurial. We're going to be evolving the product as we go, adding new tiers, but we are starting with the Venturer. So head over to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/FOMO Sapiens, patreon.com/FOMO Sapiens, and check it out. Sign up and then let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm looking forward to meeting all of you over there. So I'm excited this is happening. We'll be telling you more in the coming weeks, but it's live today. So go check it out. FOMO. Want more FOMO Sapiens and FOMOnday? Head over to FOMOsapiens.com, where you can listen to past episodes, learn more about the show, and find out how to advertise. You can also connect with me on Instagram at Patrick J. McGinnis and on Twitter at PJ McGinnis.